We started with indoor air environments. We started about 2 decades ago. At that time, health was the major concerns which we were attacking, and we looked at the air people breathe and the ducting being the largest part of an air conditioning system. Basically, the HVAC system are the lungs of the building, and that's how the breathable air is transferred. And the conclusion in those days was that the indoor air was at least 10 times more polluted than outdoor, because the same air was circulating over and over again, and whatever came into the building stayed in the building. It became critical that the system being maintained had to be looked after from particulate point of view, from microbial point of view, from various TVOCs and gases being exposed in the indoor environment, and they never left the building. The concentration of these items kept on increasing over and over again. The first point, when we started 2 decades ago, we identified the HVAC ducting, which we sent robotic cameras inside, and the position was atrocious. Now that became the breeding ground, first of all particulate, and breeding ground for most mold, bacteria, because we became the food source. And if it's not cleaned to bare metal, then it will not improve the quality. It was the source of the problem. Maintenance of the HVAC system, including the HVAC coils, which had a lot of growth on it, bacterial growth, mold growth on it, because it's a wet surface. It was not being maintained properly. And when it was being cleaned, chemicals being used were so aggressive that they were again having a counterproductive impact when we were draining it down to the STP plants. So that was an issue we needed to address. So we looked at it holistically and we said, what solution can we, what are the standards? At that point of time, we identified a US standard called NADCA, which had worked much before us. They had done a lot of work before we started 2 decades ago. They started in the 90s. We adopted those standards, which have kind of evolved since then to now 2024. Its standards have come into place. It has been improved, refined. Talking about indoor environments, what's the important element that has come in post just the cleaning part? Data collection has become an important part, and now we've started monitoring by doing audits, the results, and finding out the source of the problem. If there was dust and dirt entering the duct system, where was it coming from? Was our filtration inadequate? Building not pressurized enough? And such issues, by eliminating it from the source. The problems were not only on health, the problem was corrosion on electronic equipment. The problems were about mold growing because of high moisture in some areas and leading to condensation. So various problems were being noticed and the source of them. And we've learned in 2 decades to identify them, fix them, eliminate them from the source. We are now going into a phase. We were doing audits up to once a year. Now we're going to a phase where we're looking at monitoring the air quality 24/7, 365, and fixing the problem as it arrives, finding the source then and there before it aggravates to further, and giving building owners the confidence that the air they breathe today is acceptable, clean, or better than anywhere else. You create the right environment to work with. While doing so, we have to be very conscious that we are not impacting any other areas, the outside environment, with our solutions. So whatever our solution is, we have to see external impacts also. So this is how our philosophy has been. Putting it simply, it's not just a duct cleaning company we started with today. Today we are an IAQ solution company. What I want our company to be known by is, we will keep your air clean. We will maintain your air for you, not your air conditioning system, but we will maintain your air for you. We are obsessed with making the building safe and giving you clean air. We will take this responsibility to keep your air breathable, clean, environment safe, and a healthy environment to prosper and work. And that's our goal, which we are working towards.